Good morning, Yogesh sir, and thank you so very much for joining me for this interaction this morning, sir. Thank you.
Morning, Purvish. How are you?
I am good, sir. Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much.
Pleasure meeting.
Sir, before I start with interacting for your life journey, I would just like to tell you that not only me, but many other advocates like me had been following you like Eklavya. Sir, I may tell you that right from beginning when I started working in the High Court during my college days, I had been following you, and we usually used to read FIR from the AGP's file, where bail in the bail where you were to argue. And after when you argue, we usually get surprised the way and manner you put the facts of the accused. You try and make out the point by making it so simple, and you make a point to say that either there is no role of the accused or the role which is attributed would not amounting to offense. Sir, I would like to know now and would like to take this opportunity to learn how would you simplify the facts in such a way, sir?
Uh, Purvish, as such, every matter, howsoever apparently complicated the matter appears to be,
Right.
but all matters are very simple. See, you have to look at the matter from different angles. You have to look at the matter from the perspective of a common man. You have to look at the matter with an angle as to how the court is going to look at the matter. And then you will find many angles in one matter, which normally all lawyers would not try to find it.
Right.
So that is how when you read the facts, you have to reread it and reread it
Hmm.
and try to put yourself at the place of somebody who wants justice from the court.
Right.
Because unless, of course, I am not saying that you have to identify with the matter,
True.
but you have to, as such, indirectly identify with the person for whom you are arguing.
Right, sir.
That is how I find more than one angle in a matter and then try to put it in a way before the court where the court also would find that, oh, there is nothing in the matter. Why should the person be kept behind bars?
Right,
That is
sir.
how it works.
Right, sir. Sir, how are you utilizing your time during this lockdown period apart from your video conferencing matters that you argue?
Must be a common question to all you have taken the interview of so far.
Very true, sir.
Well, see, this time of pandemic
Right.
is in fact a lesson for everybody.
Hmm.
You all were uh, being workaholic.
Right.
See, we had forgotten the family.
Right.
We had forgotten that there are some persons who are also living in a home.
Hmm.
There are some activities which you must be attentive to,
Right.
which is subject of your hobby, which is the subject you during your childhood or during your youth that you would have liked, but then you have been sidetracked
Right.
because of your profession work and you're getting involved more and more in the profession.
True.
So this time has given us a real time to think of so many things out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, I also took out all my instruments because I am fond of music.
Right.
While I was very young, studying in fifth standard,
Hmm.
that I used to play harmonium.
Right.
And I did not learn it from anybody officially.
Mm-hmm.
Did not do any course at that point of time. I learned on my own.
Right.
Then I joined the classical classes, and then I learned violin.
Mm-hmm.
Then I learned on my own flute. Then I learned mouth organ.
Mm-hmm.
I learned to play keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Then rhythm instruments, percussions, etc. So many instruments I learned myself.
Right.
Only one instrument, violin, that I learned officially. I did my classical course.
Mm-hmm.
And then all those instruments I took out
Right.
from the cupboards, and ultimately we have started exploring it.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the one area I used to spend my time.
Right.
The another area which is again a concern of my hobby,
Mm-hmm.
that is exercise. Because basically I was a sports person.
Mm-hmm.
I played gymnastic at the state level for 2 years.
Right.
Then at Surat in the state level competition that I had fallen down from a vault box
Mm-hmm.
and I got injured in my hand.
Oh.
So since then, the outdoor sports I had to stop,
Right.
and I started cultivating my habit in playing indoor games.
Right.
But I, when I came to Ahmedabad,
Mm.
I used to go for walk every day for 1 hour,
Mm-hmm.
and that is still continuing for last 33 years that I have adhered to this rule.
Right.
I have made it a part of my life,
Mm-hmm.
and over and above that, that I do regular exercise.
Right.
And now in this time where we are comparatively free,
Mm-hmm.
I used to devote at least about 1.5 hours in gym.
Right.
So I do many exercises, heavy exercises, weightlifting,
Mm-hmm.
floor exercise, gym ball, then Bosu, then kettlebell, whatnot. So everything. Me and my wife both are doing it, and so that is the second area which I used to pass my time on.
Right.
The third and important area is that I have started a center
Mm-hmm.
with the help of the municipal corporation,
Mm-hmm.
because the corporation has given us a school
Yeah.
for running a thalassemia daycare center,
Oh.
where we are catering the needs of at least about 250 kids who are suffering from thalassemia major.
Uh-huh.
We transfuse to them.
Right.
We give them the breakfast in the morning
Uh-huh.
to them and to the. Then we used to serve them the lunch, which
Right.
also we prepare there in the center itself.
Mm-hmm.
We have created a library for them. We have created a TV room, a
Oh.
counseling room, a
Mm-hmm.
toy room, a cuddle room,
Mm-hmm.
and the children are so happy.
Mm-hmm.
So there, in spite of this difficult time, that we had to run that center without any interruption, because these kids suffering from thalassemia major,
Mm-hmm.
if are not given the blood,
Right.
if they are not choose the blood,
Right.
they would die,
True.
because they remain dependent only on the hemoglobin being supplied from outside
Yes.
through the blood transfusion.
Right.
So that center we need to run. Now what has happened, that we have a tie-up with two blood banks,
Mm-hmm.
Prathama Blood Bank and Samruddhi Blood Bank,
Right.
and voluntary blood donation camps have stopped suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
So that has affected very badly the collection of blood by the voluntary donors.
Yes.
So what we did, we have requested in various societies where our friends, relatives are staying, even many of the lawyers had helped us.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we request them to hold a small camp
Right.
where at least 10 to 15 units of blood can be collected.
True.
The blood bank van would go to that society,
Mm-hmm.
would maintain all the norms of sanitization, social distancing, everything.
Right.
One after the other, the youngsters are called from their house.
Mm-hmm.
They donate the blood, and again they go back, and then another person comes.
Right.
So that is how more than 600 units of blood we have collected
Oh.
during this lockdown 1.5 months so far.
Okay.
And about 22 camps we had arranged.
Right.
So these are the activity, and above all,
Mm-hmm.
I used to help my wife, my mother, and my daughter-in-law in the kitchen.
Oh.
Really, I tell you that I'm not a good cook. In fact, I did not know anything except to prepare tea.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am very good in cutting the vegetables, cutting the fruits, peeling them off, etc. I do it every day for 1 hour.
Right, sir. Sir, I know many advocates who have been associated with you in your chambers, and
Yeah.
all of them praises you like anything. Sir, I want to know how many advocates have been associated with you till now, and how are they all placed in their professional career?
See, I started my practice in 1986, late 1986.
Right.
It's about 25 years active practice.
Mm-hmm.
I was associated with the profession.
Mm-hmm.
And after I was designated as senior advocate, that I had reduced the work to a considerable extent.
Right.
And in fact, I had stopped my office itself
Mm.
after the designation was conferred upon me.
Mm.
But prior thereto, during 25 years, 24 years exactly, about I had made a list also very recently, but 1-2 months before,
Right.
and I could write the names of 78 lawyers who have so far been associated with me in my office,
Uh-huh.
and out of whom 4 lawyers were elder than me.
Right.
I would like to name them.
Uh-huh.
One is Murli Bhai Devnani,
Right.
a very good family friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
One was Mr. I.M. Pandya, Indravadan Pandya, who also had been an AGP and APP also at one
Yes.
point of time.
Yes.
He was also a good family friend.
Right.
Then there was one elderly lawyer who had joined my office after his age of 70.
Oh.
His name is Adi Kaka, V. Thakkar.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he is no more now.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. C.L. Soni, Chandrakant Soni, also happens to be a very good family friend.
Right.
And subsequently elevated as the judge also
Right.
in the High Court.
Right.
So these are the 4 elder members whom with I would like to say that I have worked, though they were in my office.
Right.
And one noticeable fact, Purvish, I would like to share with you,
Yes, sir.
that out of 78, almost
Yes.
40 lawyers have got married while they were working with me.
Right.
I have attended the marriage function of each of them.
Right.
So that is a wonderful, memorable part of my life.
True.
As far as my colleagues are concerned, they all are very well placed.
Right.
One of my colleagues become collector. One, as I said, had become High Court judge.
Right.
Many of them are even today discharging their duties at the APPs or AGPs.
Right.
Most of the other lawyers have settled in their life very well.
True.
And I'm happy that at least I have made them learn to practice honestly.
True.
And in an upright manner. And all of them are very good.
Very,
And nothing bad I have heard about anybody so far.
very true, sir. Sir, there are some questions from your office also, from your chambers, and that question would be asked by you from the one of your associate. I am having video clip of his, and I will be playing now his video clip for you, sir. So if you can,
Okay.
if you can reply that.
Good morning, Yogesh bhai. Good morning, sir.
Hi.
Those who don't know, I was associated with sir from the first year of my college till I stopped practicing Gujarat High Court. And so I would want to start with a couple of questions. Sir, though I must have asked you before also, but I would want you to answer a few questions again for all our junior colleagues and likewise to try and learn from at least few of the many qualities that you have and that can help us stay positive in such tough times like COVID-19. So the first question would be that, sir, how is it that you don't get angry at all on your juniors or your office staff? And even if you do, you would make it a point that the other person gets the idea, gets the point, and in a humorous way, you will tell him that he will not get offended as well. So how is it that you stay so calm and make everything so lively? Just for example, if I may tell you, I remember our court starts at around 11 o'clock in the morning, and many a times it used to happen that the files will not reach the courtroom and the matter will be called out. We will just stand up and argue the entire matter out without getting baffled, without getting hesitated or agitated or anything. And once the matter gets over, the file is there, the clerk is there. All you would tell the clerk is, "Kem bhai, trolley bagdi gayi thi," and that's it. So, how is it that you keep yourself so calm and cool? Second question. Sir, I've seen you 5 o'clock in the morning and then at 11:30 or 12 in the night. The smile and energy that you carry at 5 remains consistent throughout the time period till midnight, when you used to leave for home. So please tell us that how you used to do it without getting tired or angry on anyone. Third question, it's an incident. I would like to narrate the incident first, and then I'll ask a question. So I still remember, sir, one day in probably 2004, an appeal of 1986 was listed for final hearing. It was coming up after around 18 years, and you asked us to get the file from the record room and start preparing it. And while we were leaving, you said, Pradyumna bhai, aane andar there will be around these 4 or 5 points in which you narrated a PW number, you narrated the law, you narrated the facts and everything. Mind you that the matter was 18 years old. And when I started reading it up, those were the 5 precise points on which the entire matter stand. And the entire matter stood at that time. So, and I know during 1986 period, you used to go to all the forums. And probably the filing was also huge in numbers during that time. So the question is that how do you manage to remember facts which were 18 years old when it was filed, and you must have done at least 10,000 cases in between, and before it finally came up for hearing in 2004, so probably after 18 years, how do you remember the facts so precisely? So if you can answer these couple of questions, and that will certainly help the juniors like us to stay positive, to learn from you that how you have mastered your facts, and it remains with you all throughout, which I know that, for so many years, it doesn't vanish. How is it possible? Please tell us, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would like to apologize, Pradyuman, for the reason that when you referred my lawyers as to how they are placed, I remembered an advocate who has become collector, and High Court judge, AGPs, FPPs. I must have also said that there is one lawyer from my office who is settling the Supreme Court, and he's Pradyuman Goyal. So I forgot to mention that. Secondly, that Pradyuman said that couple of questions, in fact, 3 precise questions are put to me.
Yes, sir.
So I'll try to answer them one after the other because they are interconnected.
Yes, sir.
Purvish, I would like to say that I studied in a school which very few lawyers would be lucky enough to have. The school called as Shardagram. Have you heard about it?
No, sir. Sorry. No, sir.
Okay. I initially studied at Porbandar, my hometown, up to 6th standard.
Right.
Then I went to Shardagram, which is a residential boarding school, spread into about 200 acres.
Manavadar?
Large setup, and it was founded by Mansukh Rambhai Jobanputra, who had migrated from Karachi after the partition of the countries. So there at Karachi, he founded a school called Sharda Mandir.
Right.
It is called as Bharat Saraswati Mandir.
Mm-hmm.
And then he migrated after the partition to India.
Mm-hmm.
And on the seashore of Mangalore, that is between Porbandar and Somnath, he established this institute.
Right.
I tell you, it is one of the finest institute for the boys in India.
Right.
I joined in 1973 and I remained there in 1977. During those 4 years, that institute has given me so many things in my life, which even are helpful to me right now till this moment.
Right.
Like the discipline, the peace of mind,
right.
The activities like music, sports, photography, NCC, horse riding, and whatnot. And sports also, you won't believe, except cricket, each and every sport was there.
Right.
If you have heard of Malkham,
Yes.
Malkham,
Sir.
I have done that.
Oh.
Roman ring, I have done that.
Right.
Single bar, double bar, vault box, basketball, hockey, football, kho-kho, kabaddi. So many sports that we had learned there. And that disciplined way of life, which I have learned there for 4 years, that is helping me here also today to keep me cool.
Right.
The answer to the first question
Right.
of Pradyuman
Yes.
is this.
Right.
So that has imbibed and integrated so much in my mind and body
Right.
that I used to remain cool in all situations. Whatever situation, whatever which may come in front of my eyes,
Right.
I try not to lose my temper ever.
Right.
It is very exceptionally
Mm-hmm.
it happens that I lose my temper and something is spoken which I should not have. But that has never happened, I must say. So that is the first thing that I remain cool. And that is why whenever any mistake is committed, I consider it as a human mistake. If the clerk comes late, I must understand that because of some reason that he would have come late. Because we also commit such mistakes. So realizing that somebody is at fault, it is a human. And that fault also you might have committed sometime in your life, then that would never make you angry upon him. So that is the first thing.
Right.
Second question Pradyuman has asked that I used to early in the morning, which we used to wake up in the school at about 4:45 in the morning every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that practice I have continued. So
Yeah.
I rise in the morning, then I used to go for a walk, and I used to exercise.
Right.
I do the breathing exercise,
Mm-hmm.
and I do pranayama.
Right.
So that keeps me fresh for the entire day till night,
Right.
till I go to bed.
Mm.
I've never found myself exhausted, in a fatigue state of mind or fatigue state of body.
Right.
Normally, of course, it's a human body, it happens sometimes.
Right.
But normally during the normal work, during normal our working life,
Right.
I used to remain fresh till I go to the bed. So this is the second answer. And the third question which he has put to me is, sorry, I forgot.
The third question was, you used to remember a matter after 18 years.
Okay. Yeah. That is also a habit which I cultivated. See, when a matter comes to any lawyer, અત્યારે શું બને છે ખબર છે? What happens these days? અત્યારે એવું બને છે કે મેટર આવી, તમે ગમે એવી તૈયાર કરીને એકવાર ફાઇલ કરી દો, પછી જોયું જશે. So that attitude is very dangerous.
Right.
When the matter comes to you, you have to study it thoroughly. You have to study the law point. You have to study the facts. If some facts are missing, you have to collect it from the client.
Right.
If the client is not able to give the proper facts, you have to contact the advocate on the trial court advocate,
Right.
and try to get facts maximum. And then you have to prepare the matter, and almost all, at least main points of your matter on facts and law, you must incorporate in the memo.
Right.
So if that is cultivated, as Pradyuman said, that after 18 years, if some matter comes, then you don't need to go to the facts in detail.
Right.
If you read the memo, it is consisting of hardly 10 pages, but at least you get the entire feel of the matter.
Right.
And then further, if is required to be made, that you can make.
Right. Right, sir. Sir, if you can tell us the difficult matter by now that you have handled, and you find it to be difficult to handle the matter.
In fact, various difficult and tough matters that I have conducted,
Yes.
mainly appeals,
Yes.
because my main interest on criminal side is developed in arguing appeal, and I really love to argue an appeal,
Yes.
which is contested, where the lot of many facts are involved, number of questions of law are involved. And as you said, toughest matter, I think these riot matters which I conducted last,
Right.
riot of Sardarpura, then riot of Ode, then riot of Naroda Patia. These matters continued for few weeks, few months.
Right.
Like Sardarpura matter, I argued, which went on for 4 months
Right.
totally. And Naroda Patia matter, where the record was consisting of 1,16,000 pages.
Yes.
The matter went on for about 1 year.
Right.
I remember that at least I have argued the matter for, including the reading of the evidence, for at least about 6 to 8 months.
Right.
Continuously, with division bench.
Right.
And then final arguments went on for 1 month. Ultimately, the division bench has rendered the judgment. There were about 32 accused involved, and out of whom 19 are acquitted. For one accused, the sentence was reduced,
Right.
and remaining were convicted. That is, the conviction was confirmed.
Right.
For which the judgment is running into about 3,500 pages.
True. Yes.
That was the matter which I found that was the toughest matter, because the law points involved were so deep.
True.
And fundamental principles of law, of cross-examination, of the witnesses, and other things which are there, which I have also learned some of the principles of law, criminal jurisprudence from that matter. And the judges also have said outside the court that this matter made them learn even on criminal jurisprudence and certain principles for the first time. So that was the real joy and the fun I had to argue such a big matter. And I found that was the toughest matter in my life.
Right. Sir, you left practice for some time when you were at the peak of your career. Sir, if you can share with us what was that occasion, why you were required to do, why you left the practice, and how could you make that
up? What happened, Purvesh, that right from my childhood, I'm more interested in social service.
Right.
And I had those opportunities because of my family background, my social background. As you know, my father was in active politics at that point of time. And from whom also I have learned so many things.
Right.
So initially, when I was of 32 years of age, I joined so many social organizations. And then gradually I grew. And in my community, we are Thakkar by caste. It is we are called as Lohanas.
Yes.
And ultimately, there is a international body of our community which is working since 1904. So for more than 116 years. Our parent body we consider,
right,
where all our Mahajans world over are associated. We have a number of hostels, girls hostels and boys hostels in various cities outside Gujarat, in Gujarat also. So they also are associated, all those institutes are also associated with our parent body. Now somehow I got an opportunity where our community found me appropriate to become the president of the Umbrella Institute.
right,
And it is since operating worldwide. It's a global institute. I took the responsibility with a very firm idea not to practice for those 5 years and to devote those 5 years for the community service. So during those period, 2010 to 2015,
yes,
I had attended a single matter. I have not gone for a day to the court.
true,
Because I used to travel a lot. I have visited all our Mahajans world over, except two Mahajans in UK. Otherwise, in UK, all Mahajans. In Africa, all Mahajans. East Africa. In other countries also. In Gulf countries also, in all our Mahajans I have visited. In India, every Mahajan I have visited. Be it Eastern India, be it Southern India, be it Middle India, that is Vidarbha, what we call. Be it Saurashtra or Gujarat, anywhere from Palanpur to Valsad. Each and every Mahajan I have visited, I have interacted with the people. And so many activities, so many things which is beneficial to the community people have started.
Right.
And I'm very happy to see that all those activities which are started for the first time are still continuing even after I have left as the president. There was a big pressure on me that I should continue my presidency for again 5 years. But since I had suffered a lot in my profession, my family was also suffering because of my absence continuously in my home.
Right.
So I thought not to repeat, and ultimately, again from 2015, I gradually started attending the court.
Right, sir. So
One more thing.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sorry.
sir. Yes, sir.
One more thing you must have come to know that in 2012,
Yes.
while I was the president of our parent body, which is called as Shri Luhana Mahaparishad,
Yes.
my proposal of my elevation also has gone.
Yes, sir.
I was very reluctant.
Yes.
On earlier occasions also, I was told there were 2 to 3 times,
Yes.
but I politely refused. But then Justice Mukhopadhyay convinced me,
True.
and I said yes. And ultimately, 2012-13, because of this social service which I was doing, community service, and at that point of time, I suffered a little heart problem. While I was playing football, I felt a very deep pressure in my chest.
Right.
So I had to be hospitalized. Then angiography was performed, and the doctor advised me not to go for outdoor games much.
Right.
At that point of time, my mother and my wife was more worried, and they made me to say no. And at the last moment, when the president of India was to sign the warrant, when my age verification issue had come,
Yes.
I had with folded hands, I had said that I would not like to join the judiciary. So that is also an incident which has happened during this 2010 to 15,
True.
while I was the president of her.
Right. Sir, you have been involved in various social and cultural activities and events. If you can share with us what are that social and cultural events, and how do you manage to get into with that events along with your present busy schedule in the profession?
Basically, as I've said that I'm the man of music and art.
Right.
Incidentally and fortunately, I've got a wife who is also interested in culture, music and art.
Right.
She is Visharad in Bharatnatyam.
Mm-hmm.
And we have lost our father at a very young age.
Right.
You must know, my father was the law minister.
Yes, sir.
See, it is during his regime that Gujarat Welfare Act for the lawyers have come into force.
Right.
It is because of his.
Right.
Even the present High Court building, new High Court building,
Yes.
when the foundation stone was laid,
Yes.
my father was the law minister and he was one of the dignitaries in the function.
Right.
He passed away at the age of 57. So he was of my age when what
Right.
I am today.
Right.
So we thought, I and my wife, we thought that what can we do whereby our parents, our father's memory can remain long.
Right.
So we have decided to start an academy, which is a music and art academy. And my father's name was Shashikant Bhai.
Yes.
And we have his name to the academy, and the name of the academy is Shashikunj.
Yes.
So we have established that academy in 2004. situated in the SG highway
Yes.
above either.
Yes, sir.
It was a large area where so many activities were being conducted.
Yes.
Now we have shifted it to Sindhu Bhavan Road,
Oh.
and a beautiful building we have created.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very large area
Mm-hmm.
where we have the teachers and the faculties who are teaching the children and the youth music, that is instrumental music,
Yes.
then vocal,
Mm-hmm.
classical and light, then classical dances like Bharatanatyam, Kathak, etc.
Right.
Then Western dance,
Mm-hmm.
contemporary dance, Garba.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the health activity like table tennis,
Mm-hmm.
karate, martial art, then aerobics,
Right.
Zumba,
Right.
and whatnot. Multiple activities under one roof.
Right.
And at least I have not seen any such academy in Gujarat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know outside Gujarat,
Right.
which cater the need of the children in so many fields.
Right.
So the one area which we do the activities, extra activities. In 2014 onward, we have started Shashikunj Divyang Club,
Sasikunj?
where Divyang Club. So
Divyang.
all those Divyang Club.
Yes.
So all those children who are specially challenged
Right.
or who are differently able, so we hold number of programs for them periodically.
Right.
So we used to send fees to their institute. We used to call them to our academy where we have a huge garden, lawn, etc. And we used to hold the function for them, like dance program, like Christmas party, like music program,
Yes.
so many things,
Yes.
and make them happy.
Right.
We serve them the food.
Right.
Purvish, I tell you, it was a crazy idea which has come in our mind, my wife.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to hold a dance workshop
Mm-hmm.
for these Divyang children, and we have sent 36 big buses in the entire state,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Palanpur to Valsad,
Right.
Saurashtra, Kutch, in various cities of Gujarat, and all institutes where these Divyang children are taking their education, they are staying there in the boarding
Yes.
schools.
Yes.
We have called here,
Right.
and we took them to riverfront,
Mm-hmm.
a riverfront area.
Right.
4,000 Divyang kids we had made them to dance, and that was thereafter considered as the world record.
True.
It was a very big event,
Mm-hmm.
very big event. I have a glimpse of that dance, which the final performance. See what had happened. We have collected them at about 2 o'clock
Right.
from the entire state. Then we served them the food.
Right.
So after they were the tummies were full,
Right.
we started at 30. We started them to practice.
Right.
So practice continued for 3 hours.
Right.
3 hours.
True.
And then 84 choreographers, 5 choreographers on the stage, and remaining choreographers on the ground. 84 choreographers have made them to dance for 3 minutes final.
Right.
And that was a song, Selfie Lele of Bajrangi Bhaijaan.
Uh-huh.
You must have heard that.
Right. Yes, sir.
Would you like to
Sure,
see
sir.
the glimpse of that?
Very sure. Very. Of course, sir. Of course, yes. Of course, yes.
I'll just show you.
Yes, sir. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. Excellent. Right, sir.
So many such events we used to hold.
Right.
So our passion for music and dance that we have, આ બધી એક્ટિવિટીમાં અમે થોડી ઢાળી દીધી છે.
Right, sir.
એટલે આ બધી કરીએ છીએ. As I have told, thalassemia kids we are doing the activities for,
Right.
and that exclusive center is being run at opposite civil hospital in Asarwa. So these are the areas where we work.
Right, sir. Sir, I have been out of this interaction what we had by now. I have one query. And sir, I've seen you with zeal that you are explaining each and every event of your life, right from you become president, living your practice to the this cultural activities that you are involved in. Sir, I want to ask you, you enjoy what you do or you do what you enjoy? Because that's where your zeal is coming. I just want to know that, sir.
In fact, I have inculcated the habit that whatever I do, I enjoy.
Right.
Whatever I do, I would like to share one more facet of my life.
Yes, sir.
I was the president of the bar, you must be knowing.
Yes, sir.
Gujarat High Court Advocates
Yes.
Association, I was the president for 2 terms.
Yes, sir.
Now, this year, the High Court has celebrated as the Diamond Jubilee celebration year.
Yes.
In fact, it was not the celebration of the year, it was only celebration at the end.
Right.
But when Golden Jubilee celebration year was there, 50 year celebration,
Yes.
we did it differently. I was the president of the bar during that year.
Right.
I requested the High Court administration
Mm-hmm.
that we must celebrate the entire year. It is not the end of the year that some function is held
Right.
and we can do a celebration.
True.
So High Court really agreed. High Court said that we will not do anything. We will see to it that your events are funded properly by the state government and by the High Court.
Right.
But we will not do anything. You will have to do everything.
Right.
I said I'm ready to do everything which is required and which is befitting to the celebration.
Right.
I must tell, as the president of the bar, when I was first elected,
Mm-hmm.
I brought a new constitution for the Bar Association.
Uh-huh. Right.
Now the concept of one vote, one bar is in vogue.
Correct.
That concept I introduced 11 years before.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So if you read the constitution which we have brought in,
Right.
I'm happy to say Mr. Bharat Nayak was the vice president at that point of time.
Mm-hmm.
In my team, the secretary was Pitambar Abhichandani, joint secretary was Mehul Sharad Shah,
Right.
and our treasurer was Sandeep Bhatt.
Yes.
We worked so hard, the whole team. In fact, the committee was also very enthusiastic.
Yes.
And when I was first elected, I had published a booklet of 20 pages. And I have said before I took the charge, we have declared that during this year we are going to do this many things.
Right.
Happy to say that 95% of the projects which we had declared we could complete.
Right.
Now what happened? I was given 3 lakhs rupees when I took over
Right.
as the president.
Right.
When I left 80 lakhs
Uh-huh.
for the Bar Association.
Right.
The simple thing I did was
Mm-hmm.
I introduced life membership
Right.
with a fixed amount.
True. Mm.
More than 450 advocates were enrolled in that year
Right.
as the life member.
Right.
And we could collect about 70 lakhs rupees,
Right.
remaining from the donation, etc. Now today, that fund has increased to more than 1.5 crore.
Yes. Has to be. Yes.
That is one area.
Right.
Second area that we celebrated that year, and we had arranged about 27 full-fledged programs.
Yes.
It was a Sharad Purnima Garba program. It was a patriotic song program on 26 January. It was a cricket match between the judges and the senior lawyers.
Yes.
It was the cricket match among the young lawyers.
Yes.
And cricket, table tennis, chess, carom, all sports have started during my regime.
Yes.
And I'm happy to say that even today,
Yeah.
High Court lawyers, at least 8 teams are playing cricket every year during the month of August to November. So that is all. Those are all activities which we started in our regime during the celebration of 50 years.
Right.
So that is another area which where we had worked.
So you forgot one event, that was picnic that you had organized when we went to somewhere in the Rajasthan border, and I have heard you then playing and singing at night in the camp in the stars. I
Yeah,
remember, and that memory.
I played flute at that time. I know.
Flute and keyboard both, and you you sang also, and that is the memory which I will never, which is completely in my mind and will remain forever. If you can, sir, if I can have an opportunity even today, if you can play for us as well, so that even juniors can listen how you can do that, sir, please. If it is convenient, if it is convenient and possible.
This is my music studio, small music studio I have here. Yeah. Apart from the academy, where our big studio is there.
Yes.
So I have the keyboard. Can I play the keyboard?
Whatever, sir. Whatever is convenient to you, sir. It's been after about 20 years again.
Okay. Okay, I'll play a song.
Yes.
I'll play a song which is completely fitting to the present situation.
Very well, sir. Very well.
Corona lockdown area.
Very well, sir. Anything is good for us.
It'll take 2.5 minutes.
Sir, it's your time. It's your time, please.
Thank you. One minute. Can you see the keyboard?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clearly.
Okay. Okay. I'll again.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much. Excellent. Thank you again. Thank you. It's been 10 years after I'm listening. It was picnic before 10 years, and that time I listened you live, and then after 10 years again. Sir. Thank you so very much for this as well, sir.
This gives in life a very fresh look, a fresh idea, completely, really.
Right, sir. Sir, you had been president, as you said, of the Gujarat Bar High Court Bar Advocate Association. Sir, what changes or that you required to see in the present bar, and how do you see present judiciary of Gujarat High Court, Gujarat High Court as well in the present?
Very subjective question.
Yes, sir.
Because the views would differ from person to person.
Very true. Very true.
As lawyers are concerned, I have some tips which I'll give at the last.
Yes.
As what the young lawyers are required to do,
Yes.
and are required to follow.
Yes.
Bar has to be very strong. Sometimes what happens that the questions which are coming up between the bar and the bench,
Right.
I think that sometimes the bar is found to be weak,
Mm-hmm.
and all lawyers, juniors and seniors, are not standing together for the cause.
Right.
See, it's no point raising any voice against the bench.
Mm-hmm.
It is no sense fighting with the High Court administration.
Right.
When the question of making the administration smooth, the policies being framed,
Mm-hmm.
the system and the court working style for making it better,
Right.
is to stand together.
Mm-hmm.
What today what we find in these days,
Yes.
when an issue is cropped up,
Mm-hmm.
which is of public importance,
Mm-hmm.
which is concerned to all lawyers,
Mm-hmm.
which is also concerning to judiciary,
Right.
the people are not standing together.
True. Very true.
See, the whole mindset of the lawyers now has become that what have we to do?
Mm. Mm.
That is not proper.
Right.
So every young lawyers or senior lawyers,
Mm.
senior advocates, everybody has to stand together and try to find the way out.
Very
And the relation between the bar and the bench has to be very smooth, so that at least the functioning of the court in delivering justice
Mhm.
is in no way affected adversely.
Right.
So that is the first area which I need to point out. That is my personal views.
Right.
See, as far as the judiciary is concerned, I must tell
Yes. Sir.
that our judiciary, higher judiciary, the judiciary at the High Court level
Mhm.
is very upright, honest,
Yes.
hardworking, and well-read.
Yes.
Of course, I have seen for my 33 years career as a lawyer,
Mhm.
so many judges, mainly of three categories.
Mhm.
One, the judges who always want to help.
Right.
They are liberal in their approach.
Right.
They are encouraging juniors.
True.
Sometimes even going out of the way,
Mm.
they are trying to give the orders in favor of the parties, particularly when the state is the opposite party. See, between the private parties, the courts were striking the balance.
Right.
But particularly, state is there. If some widow is to be helped, if
Yes.
some retired person is to be helped,
Right.
in a criminal matter, the crime is committed because of the circumstances.
Mm.
Apart from the principles which are laid down and enunciated,
Mhm.
that the court still go little out of the way and try to help the litigant. So a little liberal approach was being adopted by a class of judges. There is another class of judges who go strictly according to law. Whatever are the facts, what the law says, what the judicial precedents have said, they would not like to go out of it. Not an inch, here or there.
Right.
So they also deliver the justice in their own way. Ultimately, the justice is rendered to the party concerned.
Right.
Of course, party is going to be happy, one party is going to be unhappy. But that is the whole system which is working.
Right.
And there is another third class of judges
Hmm.
who, without any intention,
Hmm.
very cautiously saying this,
Yes.
unintentionally, they generate a negative feeling.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So with a very negative mindset that they work,
Yes.
not that there is any intention, but
True.
what happens, Purvesh? Anybody, ultimately, a person is a human being.
Correct.
So his bringing, his education, his surrounding, the people who are around, the friend circle, the environment he has worked. So everything is ultimately in the back of the mind.
Right.
So so it is found that uh, whatever matter which is started,
Mm-hmm.
that the learned judge is trying to find a fault,
Right.
or that with some negativity that he forms an opinion.
Right.
He's looking at the issue, he's looking at the lawyer,
Hmm.
looking at the litigant with some doubt,
Right.
with a sense of doubt.
True.
So that ultimately would create a situation where the lawyers would like to avoid that.
Right.
આને અજાણે આપણે કહીએ ને કે
બિલકુલ.
વકીલ પણ અવોઇડ જાણી જોઈને અવોઇડ કરે એવું નહીં, પણ જુનિયર એડવોકેટ છે એ કોર્ટમાં જતા ગભરાય.
બિલકુલ.
એને એમ લાગે કે ભાઈ હું આ કોર્ટમાં જઈશ તો મને યાર શું થશે ખબર નથી.
Yes, sir.
So the level of comfort with the lawyer must be having in his mind is lost.
Right. Right.
So we are not criticizing anybody.
True.
We are not saying anything negative.
Very true.
But only thing is that when the judges are there, see, why is the person offered a judgeship?
Hmm.
Because he is above the mark,
Correct.
because he is well read,
Correct.
because he is expert in his field,
Yes.
because he is assisting the honorable courts in doing justice,
Yes.
because he knows the law and the facts and how to place it before the court,
Yes.
that he is very cordial with the court,
Yes.
that his behavior and attempt is courteous. So that is how that he is recommended for elevation.
Yes.
When a judge is elevated, at least they may try to understand that all are not equal like you.
Right.
There are lawyers who are at the little lower level in understanding, who are juniors, just growing up. So they are not expert like the judge himself.
Right.
So what judge reads a matter and finds the point immediately from it. So the lawyers are not that grasping it that easily, fast.
Yes.
Therefore, the judge has to be balanced
Right.
and has to take care of all situation. Ultimately, whatever order the honorable court may pass, there is absolutely no problem.
True.
But the atmosphere of the court should be such where the lawyers would find that there is a positivity in the courtroom.
Right.
The bare minimum requirement, at least the lawyers expect.
Right.
That is my view.
Right. Absolutely, sir. Sir, any interesting instances or funny instances that you have came across during your journey in the professional career that you would like to share?
See, today, the first thing which I did in this lockdown to grow my beard,
Yes.
which nobody would have seen me in this space,
Right.
except in my very junior days. When I started my practice, my beard was completely black. I grew it a little, and one of the senior advocates told me કે તું સારો નથી લાગતો.
સેઠના સાહેબ હતા
સેઠના સાહેબ.
કે મને કીધું છે. ત્યાર પછી આજ સુધી સાહેબ, આજ સુધી એક દિવસ નથી ગયો કે જે રેઝર નથી ફેરવ્યું. મારા પ્રોફેશનનો ત્રીજો દિવસ હતો, દાઢી હતી અને સાહેબે કીધું ને આજ સુધીનો ત્રીજો દિવસ, આજ સુધી નથી થયું સાહેબ કે રેઝર નથી ફેરવ્યું.
મને જસ્ટિસ બીજે પછી તો સાહેબ હાઈકોર્ટ જજ થઈ ગયેલા, પણ while he was practicing he literally scolded me.
ના સાહેબ, મને
મને કે
કીધું થોડીક ભૂલ થઈ તો પછી મને કેજે સેટના સાહેબે કીધું.
ના, મને બીજે સેટના સાહેબે કીધું.
અને મારું કેજે સેટના સાહેબ, આપણા બંનેમાં થોડો ફેર પડ્યો હતો પછી.
મને બીજે છે, મને કે નથી સારો લાગતો, મને કે કઢાયો હમણાં જ ચેન્જ કરાયો.
આજ કીધું.
I had to really remove it. આપણે બી શું છે, જુનિયર એડવોકેટ તરીકે સિનિયર એમ કે ભાઈ આ કઢાઈ નાખો, તો એમ કે સારું ચલો કઢાઈ.
આજ સુધી રેઝર ફેરવું છું ખાલી સેટના સાહેબને યાદ કરીને. ખીજાય નહીં, ક્યાંક જોયો તો ખીજાય એટલે ફેરવી નાખું છું.
In one court I was arguing a matter during my junior days.
Right.
And it was an application for bringing air on record. So I studied in Gujarati medium till my higher secondary education. So when I graduated from MS University, Baroda, in English medium. But my English was not that good, even not good as on today. But I used to pronounce hair instead of air. So I came out after arguing, and Ravi Bhai Tripathi caught me, who also had become the High Court judge subsequently. He said, Lakhani, hair nahi, air. પહેલા તો મને સમજ ના પડી કે શું કે છે. પછી મેં કીધું અરે બાપરે, આટલી મોટી ભૂલ થઈ ગઈ. તો કીધું લોકો બીજા બધા બી હસતા હશે મને સાંભળીને. પછી તો જતા રહ્યા તરત જ. But since that day, I remember that incident till today.
Right.
It was a right comment he made.
Right, very true.
In one court, out of my nature, my voice was raised. And I got annoyed because of one query put by the court. Somehow, I thought that my matter is very good. Why am I not getting a good order? And in a persuasive manner, I tried to convince the court, but the court did not understand. Rather, the court did not agree with me.
Right.
And my voice was raised, which normally did not happen, does not happen.
Right.
So after the matter got over, I came out, and Mr. AJ Patel, he also came out with me and said, Mr. Lakhani, never raise your voice in the court. It would not pay in long run. This was the sentence he used.
Right.
Never raise your voice. It would not pay in long run. So those are the words which are still printed in my mind,
Right.
and I am following it. So that is one of the incidents.
Right.
Old High Court. Have you been to Old High Court?
Yes, sir, I had been.
There new courts were created subsequently
Yes,
on
sir.
3 floors.
Yes, sir.
So I had number of matters. My filing was enormous. You can say 125 matters a month.
Right.
Normally I was filing in those days. So various matters are notified every day, and I used to go to one court to the other frequently. So I used to jump the stairs, two stairs at a time, jumping, and I was going up, and similarly I was coming down.
Correct.
Shirish Sanjanwala, our senior advocate now,
Yes, sir.
he one day just stopped me, and he said only one sentence. કે તું જે રીતે પગથિયા ચડે છે ને, એ જો તું ચાલુ રાખીશ ને તો તારા પગના જે હાડકા છે ને એ ખલાસ થઈ જશે અને ગોઠણ ઘસાઈ જશે. પૂર્વીશ, right from that day, ખબર નહીં મને મગજમાં એટલું બધું ઉતરી ગયું, અને I have slowed myself. મારી દોડવાની, પગથિયા ચડવાની બધી મારી સ્પીડ હતી ને મેં ઘટાડી નાખી, અને એક પગથિયું કરીને ચડતો હતો, which today I am realizing that it was a right advice which I got at the right time. નહીતર આજે આ 57 વર્ષે મારા પગના બંને ઘૂંટણ છે ને જતા રહ્યો ની રિપ્લેસમેન્ટ કરીને બેઠો હું આજે.
Right, sir. Sir, whom do you attribute your success? Which lawyers or advocates would you like to attribute your success to, or who have helped you in your professional career till now?
I have seen various senior lawyers arguing their cases before the court. When I joined the bar,
Yes.
I remember D.K. Shah was there, who was popularly known as Bhanabhai.
Yes.
Then Giriraj Desai,
Mm-hmm.
B.B. Patel, Vallabhbhai Patel,
Yes.
Niranjan Mehta,
Yes.
and Kirit Rawal,
Yes.
even P.M. Thakkar sahib.
Right.
These are the lawyers who were the source of inspiration for me. I always used to watch them as to how they place the matter, how they argue, what language they are using, how fast. I really found Kirit Rawal speaking so fast, English so fast, that even sometimes I was not able to make out as to what he's saying to the court.
Mm-hmm.
His command on the language was fantastic.
Right.
Like PM Thakkar also. He makes his point so clear,
Mm-hmm.
and his convincing power was so. So
Right.
these are the lawyers who always inspired us in our life. Yeah.
Right, sir. Sir, your father had been in active politics. Have you not ever thought to join his footsteps, go for a politics in your career?
See, fundamentally, to have the qualities to become a politician, they are special qualities. I very candidly say I don't have. Not that all politicians are having those qualities, but most of them used to have those qualities, shrewdness, the sharpness, the liasoning, etc. See, we are two brothers. I have a younger brother whose name is Bhavesh. He has a good qualities to become a politician. Even he was offered also after my father passed away. That at 2 points of time, I remember that he was offered also the seat of MLA. But after consultation, we refused, that we don't want to now go into the political field, because somebody is very active in the politics, the family sometimes suffer.
Right.
And he also suffered indirectly a lot. So I think that there is a difference between a politician and a leader.
True.
So as far as I am concerned, I feel that I have become a good leader.
Very true.
I could lead my community. I could lead the bar.
Very true.
Knowing I was the member of the Bar Council also for 3 consecutive terms.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Justice Pardiwala, when was practicing,
Yes.
I and Justice Pardiwala fought the election of Bar Council for the first time, and he was the youngest member of the Bar Council elected, and I was the second youngest member.
Right.
I had only 7 years practice, and I was elected as the member Bar Council. So in the category of below 10 years.
True.
So there also I had worked for 15 years, and we did many good things for the lawyers.
Right.
So as I have said, for Bar Council, for the community, for the other activities, etc., that leading a mass is easy.
True.
Then leading the society as a politician.
Right.
So I did not then opt for going in the politics, but I remained a leader to whatever extent I could do.
Right. Sir, any changes that you want to bring in the present legal education system?
Legal education system is now good. On the contrary, when I did my LLB, Purvish, a very sorry state of affair we had witnessed.
Yes.
See, I had done my LLB from one of the cities from Saurashtra,
Hmm.
where the classrooms were not even opened on the working days. The professors used to come, have a cup of tea, chit chat, and go back. Of course, because I'm coming from a lawyer's family, I have a legacy of 125 years.
Hmm.
My father, my uncle, my grandfather, my great grandfather, they all were the lawyers.
Hmm.
Our office was started in Porbandar in the year 1887,
Hmm. Yeah.
and mine is the fourth generation. So I did not require to attend the college as I thought at that point of time.
Yeah.
And I used to go to the court every day. I used to go to the office. I used to do all work
Yeah.
and so many things, which
Right.
had helped me ultimately even in my examination to pass the LLB exams.
Yes.
But today the legal education is improved a lot.
True.
In fact, the law college is a 5 years course after the introduction of 5 years course, an integrated course. I think the students are learning so many things. The placement as the internee in the district court, in the high court, in the Supreme Court, in the NGOs, that make them think very wide. Their ideas become broader,
Yeah.
and very good advocates are coming to the bar. Only thing is that uh, when they are thinking of going and joining the corporate sector,
Yes.
so at that point of time, it little pinches us that
True.
good persons,
Students.
well-educated persons must come to the litigation,
Yes.
and they should make the bar strong,
Very true.
legal fundamentals strong,
Very
and a fleet of lawyers who can really render their assistance to the court in doing justice.
right.
So that is my view.
Right, sir. Sir, what challenges that you foresee in the legal profession post this lockdown period?
Uh, First of all, the people will get scared to go to the court
True.
because now the scenario is that uh, we have to cultivate the habit to live with coronavirus.
Yes.
Such viruses, of course, there was swine flu,
Yes.
there was SARS, even tuberculosis, even today we cannot eradicate.
True.
So these viruses now will come again and again by having different names.
Correct.
So the principles of social distancing, the wearing of mask, uh, avoiding going outside in a crowded place, to go to the cinema hall, to go to the restaurant, to go to a mall, will be very scary now.
Very true.
So to go to the court also, where number of hundreds of people come together, the clients come, the lawyers come, the clerks come, the typists come, staff come, everybody. So there, it appears that the situation will be not that easy for everybody, and everybody will have to take proper care, proper sanitizing, uh, proper keeping social distancing, wearing mask, etc.
Right.
But I don't know how far this video conferencing would help, because once the courts will start functioning,
Yes.
this again video conferencing and arguing the matter by video conferencing would not work.
True.
So I don't find any other challenges except these safety measures being adopted by everybody.
Right.
I don't think anything more is required to be done, because we will have to cultivate the habit of living with these viruses and diseases
Right.
hereafter.
Right. Sir, any message that you would like to give to young members of the fraternity, sir?
Oh, there is a long list.
Please give, sir. Please give.
I think I have not taken much time.
No, sir, not at all. This is going to remain for life, at least for my life now. So it is not a time at all, sir.
Before I say something to the junior lawyers,
Yes.
I tell that while I had started my practice and my practice was growing, I had made an understanding with my wife,
Mm-hmm.
because I used to remain in the office till late night.
Yes.
Even my lawyers, at one point of time, we had 26 lawyers working together at one point of time when I was having my office in Naindara. So there, at that point of time, I had an understanding with my wife that you don't call me to come home at least up to 12 o'clock midnight.
Right.
If I become late after 12, you can ring me up as to why are you late today.
Right.
Not before that.
True. Mm.
So I started my, but I would like to say that no such thing has to be adopted. It was my mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I confess, because to become much workaholic,
Mm-hmm.
though you are getting the matters from various corners of the state, it is not necessary that at the cost of your family life that
Right.
you must go on working and
Right.
so this is the starting point I would like to tell to the young lawyers.
Yes.
But first thing I would like to tell, I'll tell something in Gujarati also,
Yes,
if you don't mind.
please go ahead, sir.
મારે પહેલો મેસેજ આપવો છે યંગ લોયર્સ ને
Yes, sir.
કે કોઈ પણ વસ્તુ, કોઈ પણ વ્યક્તિ કે કોઈ પણ મેટર એને તટસ્થ ભાવે જોવાની દ્રષ્ટિ કેળવો. Look at everything. Look at your client, look at the matter, look at the issue with a rationality,
Right.
a rational approach. Why?
Mm-hmm.
And what is સંત તુકારામ હતા ને,
હા.
એમને કોઈ સવાલ પૂછ્યો કે તમે મોટા થઈને શું બનવા માંગો છો, જેમ દરેક બાળકને સવાલ પૂછવામાં આવે તો કહેશે ને કે હું ડોક્ટર બનીશ, વકીલ બનીશ, પોલીસ બનીશ, પાયલટ બનીશ, પીએમ બનીશ, એટસેટ્રા. તુકારામે એવું કહ્યું કે મારે સારા બનવું છે. I want to become nice.
Right.
સુંદર મી હોનાર, આવું એને મરાઠીમાં કહેલું કે મારે સારા બનવું છે. અને તમે સારા વકીલ બનો, સારા ડોક્ટર બનો, સારા એન્જિનિયર બનો, પણ સારી વ્યક્તિ બનો ને, that is the first requirement.
Right, sir.
Because તમારી પાસે સારું હૃદય અને સારી દ્રષ્ટિ જો ના હોય તો even if you become successful lawyer, you are a failure.
Very true.
હું તને એક દાખલો આપું.
જી સર.
જેમ કે વનસ્પતિ શાસ્ત્રી છે, હવે એને બધું જ દેખાય છે, પણ એને ઘાસ ઉપર પડેલું ઝાકળનું ટીપું જો નથી દેખાતું અને એને જો માની નથી શકતો, then he is a failure.
Right.
હે ને? ભૂસ્તર શાસ્ત્રી છે જો કેમ કે, તો ભૂસ્તર શાસ્ત્રી છે એ માટીની સોડમને માની ના શકે, then he is a failure. આપણે ડોક્ટર્સ હોય બધા, તો ડોક્ટર્સની બધી અલગ અલગ બ્રાન્ચીસ છે, એલોપેથી, હોમિયોપેથી, હાઇડ્રોપેથી, naturopathy. But if it doesn't have sympathy, then what?
True.
So that is the first requirement. So a lawyer must be able to read the pains in the eye of the client. તમારા ક્લાયન્ટની આંખમાં દર્દ શું છે, એને શું તકલીફ છે, એની વ્યથા શું છે, એ વાંચવાની ક્ષમતા અને રેશનાલિટી છે ને એ પહેલા ડેવલપ કરવી પડે લોયર. So this is the this is the first thing I would like to share. નહીતર તો શું થાય ખબર છે કે આપણે મિકેનિકલી કામ કરીએ ને તો દૂધની તપેલીમાં કળછી હોય, કળછી ખબર ને?
હા હા હા, હલાવવા માટે
કળછી હોય ને, દૂધપાક તપેલું હોય, એમાં તમે કળછી હલાવી રાખો, 1 કલાક હલાવો ને તો એ કળછીને દૂધપાકનો સ્વાદ નથી આવતો.
હા, બરાબર.
it is not able to test absorb. આપણે કળછા વકીલ નથી થવું. હા, એનો સ્વાદ અને એની ફીલ તમે માણી શકો, જાણી શકો અને સમજી શકો ને, then you can become a good lawyer. So this is the first thing I just wanted to say.
So રૂવાટા ઉભા થઈ ગયા.
Sorry?
I got goosebumps સાંભળીને. ઘણું શીખ્યું. જી સાહેબ, આગળ.
મારે 7 વસ્તુ કેવી છે?
આરામથી સાહેબ, હું 7 સાંભળીશ, ઉતારીશ, પોતામાં ઉતારીશ.
Very nice. The second thing that આપણે વકીલો છે ને એ ભૌતિકતા તરફ વધારે જતા રહ્યા છીએ. We are looking at the materialistic things more. અને જ્યારે મટીરિયલિસ્ટિક અપ્રોચ આવે ને આપણામાં, એટલે આપણને અભાવ લાગે રાખે. સંતોષની એક જે તમને ફીલ આવવી જોઈએ ને, એ નોર્મલી ના આવે. બરાબર ને? અને અભાવ આવે એટલે શું થાય? જો મૂંગો શું કે, મૂંગો કે વાણી ક્યાં છે? તરસો કે છે પાણી ક્યાં છે? બેરો કે છે કે મને કેમ કોઈ સાંભળતું નથી, આ મારા મનને કેમ કોઈ ઢંઢોળતું નથી. ભૂખ્યો કે છે ભાણું ક્યાં છે? નિર્ધન કે છે નાણું ક્યાં છે? સૌ પોતપોતાના અભાવનું પૂછ્યા કરે અને કોરી આંખો લૂછ્યા કરે. મતલબ કે તમારી આંખોની ભીનાશ, આંખોની ઉષ્મા અને આંખમાંથી પાણી આ જતું રહ્યું ને, everything is useless.
આંખનું પાણી નથી,
બધું નકામું છે. એટલા માટે કે તમે જો સંપત્તિ પૈસા ધન કરશો ને, તો સંપત્તિ શું આપી શકે? સારી પથારી આપી શકે, સારી ઊંઘ આપવાની તાકાત એમાં નથી. ધન છે ને, ધન એ તમને વાનગીઓ આપી શકે પણ ભૂખ ના આપી શકે. ખ્યાલ ને? દ્રવ્યથી દવાઓ ખરીદી શકાય પણ તંદુરસ્તી ખરીદી શકાતી નથી. એટલે દ્રવ્ય ધન સંપત્તિની પાછળ ન પડો. This is the message which I would like to give. બીજી વાત, ત્રીજી વાત મારે એ કેવી છે કે તમારો જે નેચર છે, સ્વભાવ, એને તમે સાવ સરળ અને સિમ્પલ રાખો. કેવો ખબર છે? આપણે સફેદ શર્ટ વર્ષોથી પહેરીએ છીએ ને કોટમાં, પણ સ્વભાવ આપણો સફેદ શર્ટ જેવો નથી રાખતા કે જે ગમે તે કલર સાથે મેચ થઈ જાય. તો સફેદ શર્ટ જેવો સ્વભાવ હોવો જોઈએ. અને સ્માઇલિંગ ફેસ રાખો. યુ રિમેઇન ઓલવેઝ સ્માઇલિંગ. હસતો માણસ છે ને બધાને ગમે છે, અને મોઢું ચડાવીને જે ફરતો હોય ને એ કોઈને ગમતો નથી.
બિલકુલ.
એટલે બહુ સરસ કહ્યું છે કોઈએ કે જરા હસતા રમતા જીવો, જગત બદલાઈ જશે. આ શિરે ભાર લઈને ફરશો ને તો જીવન કરમાઈ જશે. એટલે તમારા જીવનમાં સારો સ્વભાવ હોય અને હસતો ચહેરો હોય ને, તો તમે પોતે સ્નેહ અને સુગંધનું સરનામું બની શકો છો. બહુ સરસ સાહિત્યમાં એવું કહ્યું છે કે તું જ ઠાકોરજી મારે ઠરવાનું ઠેકાણું, ભવતરીમાં ભમતા ભમતા એટલું મેં જાણ્યું, તું જ ઠાકોરજી મારે ઠરવાનું ઠેકાણું. આ સ્વાર્થના જગતમાં સ્નેહ સુગંધનું સરનામું, તું જ ઠાકોરજી મારે ઠરવાનું ઠેકાણું. એટલે સ્નેહ અને સુગંધ આ બે વસ્તુ છે ને, એ જીવનમાંથી જો પ્રગટ ના થાય તો જીવન નકામું છે. અને ત્યારે જ પ્રગટ થાય જ્યારે તમારો સ્વભાવ સારો હોય, મીઠો હોય, મધુર હોય અને તમારા ફેસ ઉપર સ્માઇલ હોય. હસતો માણસ, મોઢું ચડાવીને ક્યારેય નહીં ફરવાનું, સરસ હસતા હસતા જીવવાનું, આનંદથી જીવવાનું. આ ત્રીજી વાત. ચોથી વાત મારે કરવી છે કે આજે થોડુંક બી આપણી પાસે કંઈક નામ થઈ જાય, થોડું ભેગું થઈ જાય ને, તો માણસ છે ને ઊંચો ચાલવા લાગે છે, એવું આપણે કહીએ છીએ. એકદમ પોતાને અહંકાર આવી જાય, અભિમાન આવી જાય અને એમ લાગે કે આઈ એમ, પછી શું કે ખબર છે, આઈ એમ સેલ્ફ મેડ, આઈ ડોન્ટ કેર, આઈ ડોન્ટ નીડ એનીબડી. અરે ભાઈ, તું નાનો હતો ને ત્યારે ચડ્ડીમાં પેશાબ કરતો હતો તો તારી માં બદલી દેતી. આજની તારીખે તમે જુઓ કે સ્વાવલંબન અને પરાવલંબન બંને જરૂરી છે જીવનમાં. તમને શરીરના કોઈ પણ ભાગે ચડ આવે ને, ઇચિંગ ફિલિંગ આવે, જાતે કરવી પડે. માથું દુખે તો જાતે દબાવી જુઓ, ઓકે દબાવી દેવું પડે. Never say that I am self-made. I don't care. I don't need anybody. Never say that. કરવું શું જોઈએ? કહ્યું છે સંત સાહિત્યમાં, એવું કહ્યું છે, ઊંચા ઊંચા સબ ચલે, ऊंचा ऊंचा सब चले, नीचा न चले न कोई, जो सबसे नीचा चले वो सबसे ऊंचा હોય. એટલે નમ્રતાનો ગુણ, જમીન ઉપર પગ રાખીને ચાલવાનો ગુણ ખીલવવો પડે માણસે. અને ધીસ ઇઝ ધી ફોર્થ રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ. તને ખબર છે, આપણે બધા પાસેથી કઈ ને કઈ લે કરીને રાખીએ છીએ, આપવાની ભાવના નથી, એ નહીં હોવું જોઈએ. અને નમ્રતા આવે એટલે વિવેક આપોઆપ આવે. રાવણ હતો ને, રાવણ એ શિવનો પરમ ભક્ત હતો, શાસ્ત્રનો પંડિત હતો, પણ છતાં એને મરવું પડ્યું યુદ્ધમાં. શું કામ? તો બહુ સરસ કહ્યું છે કે વિવેક સે સબ હોતે હૈ, નહીં પઢાઈ કો ભેદ. તમે ગમે એટલું ભણ્યા હોય, વિવેક નથી તો બધું નકામું છે. વિવેક સે સબ હોતે હૈ, નહીં પઢાઈ કો ભેદ, રાક્ષસ ही रहा રાવણ પઢ કે ચારો વેદ. રાવણ ચારે વેદનો પંડિત હતો, પણ એ રાક્ષસ જ રહ્યો, કારણ કે વિવેક ખોઈ અને સીતા માતાનું અપહરણ એને કર્યું. પાંચમી વાત મારે કરવી છે કે તમારો ધર્મ છે ને, એ તમારું કર્મ છે. કામ કરતા રહો. ભલે આપણે બહુ ગીતાના પ્રિન્સિપલમાં નથી જવું કે ફળની આશા ન રાખ, કર્મણી એવા અધિકાર હસ્તે માં કદેશુ ફલેશુ કદાચન, જે બધું કહ્યું છે એમાં નહીં, પણ કામમાં ઓતપ્રોત થવાની ટેવ પાડો. You get yourself completely involved and absorbed in the work. તમે જો રોજ સવારે ઈશ્વર આપણને બે વિકલ્પ આપે છે. રોજ સવારે એક તો એમ કે છે કે ઊંઘતા રહો અને સપના, મનગમતા સપના જોયા કરો. અને બીજો વિકલ્પ આપે છે કે વહેલા જાગી જાઓ, કામ કરો અને મનગમતા સપનાને સાકાર કરો. હવે એ બે માંથી કયો વિકલ્પ પસંદ કરવો એ આપણે નક્કી કરવાનું છે. અને કામ કર્યા વગર આપણે કહીએ ને આ માણસ તો મોટો છે, મોટો માણસ છે, તો કામ કર્યા વગર ક્યારેય મોટા થવાતું નથી. જો નસીબનો સાથ તો બધાને હોય, પણ પુરુષાર્થ વગર પરસેવાનું પરફ્યુમ બનતું નથી.
True.
પરસેવાનું જો પરફ્યુમ બનાવવું હોય તો એના માટે પુરુષાર્થ કરવો જ પડે, કરવો જ પડે, કરવો જ પડે, છૂટકો નથી. અને મહેનત પણ મૌન રહીને કરવાની છે.
બતાવવાનું નહીં, બતાવી.
મૌન રહીને જે માણસ મહેનત કરે છે ને, સફળતા એના માટે આપોઆપ ચિલ્લાશે. એને કોઈને કહેવા જવાની જરૂર નહીં પડે. કામ કરીને આપણી લીટી મોટી કરો તો ઓટોમેટિક બીજી લીટીઓ નાની થાય. આપણી લીટી નાની કરવાનો પણ આપણો પ્રયત્ન ન હોવો જોઈએ, પણ આપણી લીટી આપણે મોટી કરી દેવાની. અને એટલે જ કામમાં જે ઓતપ્રોત થવાની વાત છે ને, એનું એક સરસ ઉદાહરણ આપું તને હું 2 લાઈનથી, કે ફન में फनकार का लहू जलता है यूं जैसे, फन में फनकार का लहू जलता है यूं जैसे मोम के जिस्म में धागे का जिगर जलता है.
Right.
આ રીતે મહેનત કરવાની એકદમ સાકારામાં ઓતપ્રોત થઈને, તો તમને સફળતાના કદમો છે એ તમારાથી દૂર નહીં થાય. એક બહુ જ અગત્યની વાત, છઠ્ઠી વાત મારે કરવી છે કે નેવર કોમ્પ્રોમાઇઝ વિથ યોર વેલ્યુઝ. તમારા સંસ્કાર છે, તમારું જે કલ્ચર છે, તમારા મૂલ્યો છે, તમારા સિદ્ધાંતો છે, એની સાથે ક્યારેય બાંધછોડ ના કરશો. ઘણી વાર શું થાય, એક નાની વાત હોય ને તો એમ થાય કે એમાં શું, કલાક મોડા ઉઠ્યા તો કે કલાક મોડા ઉઠ્યા એમાં શું, આ 2 રોટલી ને 1 લાડુ વધારે ખાઈ નાખ્યું તો કે એમાં શું, રાત્રે 2 કલાક પાના ટીચી એના ટીવી જોઈને 2 વાગે સુતા એમાં શું, તળેલી વસ્તુઓ બધી ખાઈ નાખી, હવે ક્યાં કઈ એવું થવાનું છે યાર, એકવાર ખાધું એમાં શું. ભાઈબંધ દોસ્તાર ભેગા બેઠા હોય તો કે 2 બીડી ફૂકી લીધી, 2 પેક પી લીધા, પાછા એવું કે આમ તો હું નથી પીતો પણ તમે કયો છો તો લઈ લઉં થોડું એમ. પછી પોતાની જાતને આશ્વાસન આપે કે હવે 2 પેક પીધા એમાં શું. આજે એમાં શું છે ને, એ કેળાની છાલ જેવું છે. 6 ફૂટનો માણસ હોય ને સાહેબ, એને એક કેળાની છાલ પાડી નાખવા માટે, ભોંય ભેગો કરી નાખવા માટે પૂરતી છે. એમ તમારા જીવનને પતાવી દેવા માટે ને પાડી નાખવા માટે આ એમાં શું ઇનફ છે. પણ એમાં શું ત્યારે ના આવવું જોઈએ જ્યારે તમારા મૂલ્યો સાથેની છેડછાડ કરવાનો સમય આવે, કોમ્પ્રોમાઇઝ કરવાનો સમય આવે. નેવર સે that I'll do this. સો મૂલ્યોનું જતન અને જાળવણી એ બહુ જરૂરી છે. શું કામ? સમાજ છે ને એ તમારું ચિત્ર જોઈને તમારી કિંમત નથી કરતું, એ તમારું ચરિત્ર જોઈને તમારી કિંમત કરે છે. તમે ગમે એટલા રૂપાળા હશો, ગમે એટલા હેન્ડસમ હશો, એ કોઈને આંજી નાખવા માટે ક્યારેક 1-2 ક્ષણ માટે બરાબર છે, પણ આખરી કિંમત છે ને એ ચરિત્ર જોઈને થાય, ચિત્ર જોઈને નથી થતી. સો ધીસ at least the young lawyers will have to keep in mind. અને છેલ્લી ને 7મી વાત કે તમે જે કંઈ કમાયો છો ને કોની દેન છે, તમે જે કંઈ મેળવો છો કોની દેન છે, સમાજની દેન છે. સમાજ છે, સોસાયટી છે તો તમને મળે છે, સમાજ નથી તમને કંઈ મળવાનું જ નથી. તો એક તબક્કે એવો વિચાર તો આવવો જ જોઈએ કે સમાજે મને આટલું બધું આપ્યું, તો સમાજને હવે હું પાછું શું આપીશ, કઈ રીતે આપીશ, કયા ફોર્મમાં આપીશ. આપણી ટેવ શું છે, લેવાની છે. સૂર્ય પાસેથી શું લઈએ? પ્રકાશ, ઉર્જા, શક્તિ. ચાંદની પાસેથી શું લઈએ? તો કે શીતળતા. ફૂલો પાસેથી શું લઈએ? સુગંધ. નદી પાસેથી શું લઈએ? તો કે પાણી. લે જ કરવું છે. આપવું નથી કાંઈ, તો એવું કેમ ચાલે? અસીલ પાસેથી શું લેવું છે કે પૈસા? બધું લાવો લાવો લાવો. તો લાવોની માનસિકતામાંથી આપણે બહાર નીકળવું પડશે. પુષ્પ છે ને, પુષ્પ એ 8-10 કલાકનું જીવન જીવે, પણ શું આપીને જાય? સુગંધ. આપણે 70-80 વર્ષ જીવીએ છીએ યાર, તો આપણે સમાજને સુગંધ નહીં આપવાની? સમાજને આપણે કંઈક પાછું નહીં આપવાનું? એટલે એ પાછું આપવાની જે એક માનસિકતા છે એ ડેવલપ કરવી બહુ જરૂરી છે. અને અશ્રુ છે ને, અશ્રુ, આંસુ, એના માટે બહુ એક સરસ કહ્યું છે કોઈએ કે હર આંખ यहां यूं तो रोती है, हर आंख यहां यूं तो रोती है, और हर बूंद मगर अश्क नहीं होता. अश्क એટલે અશ્રુ नहीं होता. हर बूंद मगर अश्रु नहीं होता. देख के रो दे जो जमाने के गम से, देख के रो दे जो जमाने के गम से, उस आंख से जो आंसू गिरे वो मोती है. તો જમાનાનું દુઃખ શું છે એ સમજીને જે માણસ સમાજને પાછું વાળે છે એની કિંમત સમાજ કરે છે. અને પ્રોફેશનમાં કામ બધું તો ચાલે રાખવાનું છે, પણ આ બધી જે ક્વોલિટીઝ છે દેટ હેઝ ટુ બી ઇમ્બાઇબ્ડ બાય ધ યંગ લોયર્સ. એ આ મારો એક મેસેજ મારે યંગ લોયર્સને, છોકરાઓને આપવો છે.
પૂરી ગીતા હતી અને ગીતા છે જે ઉતારવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરીશું. આટલું ઉતરી જાય જો અમારા જીવનમાં તો બીજું કઈ બાકી ન રહે. હું કહું કે મને જો ખાલી દાઢીનું કીધું હોય ને હું ફોલો કરતો હોઉં તો આ 7 સિદ્ધાંતો હું મારામાં ઉતારીશ તો હું ક્યાં આગળ વધીશ. અને આઈ વિશ કે હું આ ઉતારી શકું પૂરેપૂરી રીતે. સર, થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ ફોર સ્પેરિંગ ઓફ ટાઈમ વિથ મી. અને મને આજે એવું લાગ્યું કે તમે એકલવ્યને પણ તમે એડમિશન આપ્યું જે દ્રોણે નહોતું આપ્યું.
ડોન્ટ સે ધેટ. એટલા માટે જો આમ જોઈએ ને તો એકલ દોકલ, આમ જોઈએ તો મેળા, આમ જોઈએ તો આગળ પાછળ, આમ જોઈએ તો ભેળ. ભગવાનમાં ભીતરમાં જો ભગવાન વસે તો દાખલા બધા સેલા. અહીંયા કોઈની મોનોપોલી નથી, આ તો જે પહોંચે એ પેલા.
બિલકુલ સર, બિલકુલ.
એટલે we have to just live the life very easily, comfortably. બધાની સાથે પ્રેમભાવ રાખો, હસતા બોલતા રહો, સારું વિચારો, સારા કર્મો કરો, કોઈ માટે ઇલવિલ ના રાખો, દ્વેષભાવ ના રાખો, રાગ દ્વેષ ના રાખો. એન્ડ ultimate goal of life, which is peace and happiness, is at your feet.
Right, sir. Thank you, Yogesh sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much of time you have given.
અરે સર, it's my privilege to hear you. Thank you. અમે તમારી સાથે જે તે વખતે 5 મિનિટ પણ વાત કરવા મળે તો સાંજે યાદ કરતા હતા કે સાહેબ આવું કીધું. આજે હું આપની સાથે લગભગ 1.5-2 કલાક રહ્યો. કેટલું આવશે મારા જીવનમાં. થેન્ક યુ સર.
Thank you so much.